With the amount of time we spend on the computer, all of us are completely vulnerable to cyber attacks, a lot of phishing, identity theft, and even hijacking. Well, there's a Singapore-based cyber firm which is backed by Sequoia that aims to solve this problem. Vivek Ramachandran, who is the founder at Squarex, now joins in on the show to discuss how the company operates, the fundraise that they've got from Sequoia, as well as the long-term game plan. Thanks so much for taking time out. So just walk us through the latest, update in terms of how the company really operates when there are threats with file viruses, network attacks, as well as hijacking, which we're all so vulnerable to.
Yeah, thanks so much, Avanne, for having us on the show. And as you kind of mentioned, there are so many vulnerabilities and so many problems, and consumers are so worried, right? People have been losing money to phishing attacks, to scams and whatnot. And that's really where, Squarex is a cybersecurity company, which is building a browser-based productivity-first solution to empower users to be fearless online. And the game-changing differentiator really is that all your existing security products, right? If you look at antiviruses, anti-malware, spyware, different security solutions which run on your computer and endpoints, they work by blocking access to files and resources. And what ends up happening is, consumers end up disabling or even uninstalling many of these solutions because they get in the way of productivity. Now, how many times, you may have received a Word file, you try to open it, your antivirus says, there's malware, and you don't know what to do. So Squarex's game-changing differentiator is we do not block anything at all because we know that users don't like to be controlled. Users need to remain productive.
Okay, understood. So that's exactly how you're differentiating yourself from some of the other cybersecurity companies. So Vivek, you scored a $6 million fundraise from Sequoia Capital. Walk us through the details of that fundraise and in terms of the overall valuation and what the company plans to utilize the proceeds toward.
Yeah. These are tough times where, a lot of companies are having difficulty raise capital. And that's really where, what we had done is even before we went to anyone, I gathered the team together and we actually ended up creating a very early prototype of how the product would look like. And that's when we went to investors. So they actually knew that this was not just an idea, but it had legs. And Sequoia has been an investor in my previous company as well, which I did a while back. And we ended up raising $6 million from them. The primarily place where we would probably end up using this is breaking it up between research and development, where of course we want our engineers to go ahead and build more and more robust technology to take care of all the threats of today, and then investing in a go-to-market strategy. Given the product that we are building is something, anyone who browses the web would probably end up using, our strategy is going to be global first, and that's what we plan to use, part of the funds for.
Fair enough. I'm going to admit that, Vivek, I actually today, went on ChatGPT and really used it. And oh my God, I am floored. But the question is, with this AI revolution and, IoT and ChatGPT really coming about, will this make being online or being in the cyber world a lot more unsafe for users? For example, what would I need to be more aware of now that I'm using ChatGPT?
Yeah, great question. And really technology is moving at a breakneck pace, right? Every few months now you're seeing disruptions which are fundamentally changing the way we are probably going to work and live. And that's really where, as an end consumer, as a user who's probably using, their browser and laptop to, go ahead, use it for work, use it for study and whatnot, it's very difficult for end users to stay up to date with attacks. So even though you love ChatGPT for the great stuff that it writes, know that now your phishing emails and scam emails are going to sound more and more real, right? They're not going to have grammatical mistakes anymore, where you can easily look at them and spot something is wrong. And all of those AI-empowered cybersecurity attacks is also going to be rolled out just at the same time.
Oh my God, so I really need to be more aware. because as you said, it clearly is going to make now even my spam a lot more customized. But Vivek, you've spent close to or over 20 years of experience in the cybersecurity industry. Just walk us through your experience on having built these security products over the past many years. What the outlook is in terms of the next breakthrough in cybersecurity, or what you believe people need to do to be more aware.
Great question. And I think if you look at the evolution of the cybersecurity industry, it all began with trying to force users into behaviors that the cybersecurity product wanted. So as a simple example, for the past 20 years, we've been told that anytime your cybersecurity product says, don't do this or don't do that, we immediately stop dead in our tracks, even if that gets in the way of productivity. And this went on for the last 15 to 20 years. Where I think users, unfortunately, started disabling products, did not want to use cybersecurity products, hated them, right? Because they always get in the way. And I think this is really where now that the internet, the web, and technology overall is so ubiquitous in every aspect of our life, right? We are living almost an entirely digital life. It's probably not going to be possible to constrain users the way these products have forced users over the past 20 years.